Hello, we're going to get started and welcome back. How's everybody doing today? How are you feeling by the end of the week? We're very close to Friday and we're also close to that new moon in Scorpio, which we'll talk about today. We're going to do a jumping timelines video up next. So today is your crowning and what's changing video. Welcome back, Libras. You have somebody worried here and maybe even here like rushing in of feelings, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. So let's get together with Rider Waite. And angels and guides, I ask you to bless this reading. Also, our big angel of Archangel Michael, could you please bless this reading, please? And enter to give Libra guidance and the most purest form of information. I hope that you are here comfortably. Go ahead and grab your coffee now to join, and we're going to get started. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Pentacles. Crowning you is the Five of Swords, unfortunately, but we'll talk about it. Overall card of the Seven of Pentacles. So Libras, I don't know if you're spending a lot of money or there's some investments here that are planned. We're going to talk about that as your future spot. Eight of Cups, you could be walking away from someone, or there's going to be a real decision here for walking away. Sometimes the Eight of Cups can be walking to travel, so some of you take it how it resonates, or you will be traveling. There goes that Nine of Swords. You could be dealing with a Gemini. We have dealing with air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and you have more of a little investment here with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Those are what's up next. The Page of Pentacles is up next. Okay, so what's crowning you is something devastating that happened. There's actually a strength in it, okay? Five of Swords is like anguish, okay, to describe the card. Let's keep going just a little bit. Five of Pentacles, the Sun, Nine of Cups, and our conclusion is the Wheel of Fortune. So in the beginning, those cards were pretty accurate as part of our story today. What's crowning and what's changing? The change is right here with the Five of Pentacles and the Sun. Okay, you're no longer going to be left out. It seems here like there's some facilitation of communication. I think it's part of the happiness with the Sun card, but we'll ask questions, of course, in just the following few minutes. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so that is red with the Seven of Pentacles. Your investment is what's changing in you. It's how you view yourself. It's brought up to the healing that you've done to be massively complete. I want to ask about this Page of Pentacles. What could that be, and why is it next to our crowning card? Queen of Cups. Yes, it's about the due parts of healing being over. And for a lot of you, I know many of you say in the comments, healing is never truly over. It just morphs. It becomes another story. But it's that Queen of Cups part of you, the sensitive, the beautiful. When I was younger, you know, if you guys want to compare stories, when I was a little girl, people would tell me I was too sensitive. I cry easily and things like that. So that's actually a superpower of yours. And here with the Sun, I think it meets you halfway, okay? There's a little bit of a story where the Queen of Cups touches the Sun coming up soon. This is like in a couple days. There goes the Libra card. Okay. Very nice. King of Wands, Six of Cups. Sing of Cups, maybe you need to sing. And then the Nine of Pentacles. I feel a gentleness or even an offer coming from this. Many of you are the recipients, so it's time to just receive in this moment. The gift-giving opportunity is coming. I think it's also, there's a sensitive reflection from a past person. Okay, so that could be part of the Sun moment as well. Sensitive reflections. Some of you already met with this person or the past person has spoken to you. There's been some kind of touch with retrograde. And I'll put that in a broader sense because all of us are different. We either heard back from someone, there is now new news from this Six of Cups, and they could be a King of Wands, which means they were determined to talk to us as Libras. Libra Sun, you might be. Okay, your birthday just passed. Let me make sense of this. The changing to part of you is that some of you are afraid to be independent for a little bit longer. It's a part of the hopes and fears spot too. And Nine of Cups is like, it is all right to be happy for yourself. Whatever you have planned, or there might be fear something gets in the way too. Okay, that Five of Pentacles, keeping you out. It's a lack mentality. We do not adopt this very easily as Libras. We try to hang on as much as possible to that Empress spirit. And she's also here. So if you think about it, she doesn't adopt a lack mentality very easily. I think that it's because of you utilizing all of your tools at once. And then we have a Tower. So we'll talk about that in terms of emotions. Three of Pentacles, just continuing. I shouldn't continue. I should talk about all the placements in just a moment. Knight of Wands. All right. So look at this. A collaborator, which you could have found at work. Some of you, it is a coworker, or this is a person who really wants to work with you. I don't want to say desperately because I could be wrong about that. They're just very, very quick. And they see that you have the quality of working with you. You have a lot of potential, not only being the Empress, okay, that's already pretty big, but you come with certain tools that this person needs to either put themselves together or you complete them. Okay, again, it could be a future or past person. You have a King of Wands, which is also, I think, the placement of the new person. New love. Okay, they're determined. Let's describe them for a bit. We'll go back to you. Good morning. Good morning, Elevate and Devante. Good morning, you guys. You just came in, fellow Libras, together this morning in this video, which is, it's really nice to see that we're all here as Libra risings, Libra suns. I definitely want to get into the water signs today too. So that's a video that you're going to see. We're going to do water sign placement and just touch on to Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. They have a wholesome, I think they're directed to you because they see that you're happy. Some of them have watched you heal, and this would be a new person. So they feel connected to you due to your healing. The reason why I feel like it's the Nine of Cups for you is because that's the changed aspect. It's the fulfilling of time. It's what you do for work, or rather, it could be what you do on your free time, like your hobbies, fifth house stuff. It's what makes you happy. It's the fun house, right? So I think you've done a good job at keeping that sacred. Some people might wonder a little bit why you stay there and keep to yourself. So that's also could be the place where you hermit. The Nine of Cups is about wishes and it's about making things happy. And we're almost to the 10th cup. I don't know why it says that you're the Empress there already. So it means it took a lot of work and you arrived there solo. You did not need a partner. Okay. And some of you are parents, so your children help out as well. Makes you feel really whole and happy. If you are not a parent and you're very single, Nine of Pentacles, there's some kind of worry that it won't work out. Okay. Like your investment, your return, will it come back to you? So we will touch on that just a little bit. Because for some of you, that's going to be a Tower. For some of you, it is that scorpionic energy of change. And it could be sudden because you could go in either way direction. Or either direction, right or left. I should have worded that better, excuse me. So Seven of Swords, okay? This could be advice as far as you picking up strategy or laying low for a while, quietness, okay? If hermiting helps to hear what you're trying to train yourself to feel, or it's an emotional impacted move, it might be strategy. It's not always a bad card when it's advice. Seven of Swords could be that you need to obtain strategy in this case, okay? If it's love as well. You have the Four of Wands, the Queen of Swords as advice, okay? And I think why you're crowned with something painful, the Five of Swords in the beginning, is because I feel like that is part of the disguise here that is supposed to be difficult. It's a difficulty so that you get to something better. It could have been a breakup. I get different stories with the Five of Swords. I get maybe an unexpected expenditure. Five of Swords is also like you got in an unexpected argument, or the Five of Swords could be an argument with a loved one, but that is crowning you for a reason, okay? Might be connecting to an event that's coming up. You do have the Four of Wands, so this could be a party, a milestone. For some of you, it's your home, or you have to move. Okay, that's being very technical. Queen of Swords, maintaining your boundaries, or maybe somebody wants to move in with you. It's like unexpected here with the home being shown to me. Okay, you also have this. You have a Seven of Swords watching all of your milestones too. So I don't know if that's like for some of you, it's a neighbor, friend, or coworker, but someone is getting sly around your Empress energy. And in some ways, when that happens, it's because there is real envy here. There is jealousy that you have to know about. I know that I say it's soft in our videos, but it's something here about that. They could even be an air sign. Some of them are Taurus, Aries, Leo, Sag is the only card that I have for that. You don't have another Libra. I counted the Taurus and the Empress. I think that's heading towards what you've earned. Okay, so I have to address it here. You're crowned because you have moved on to something. I see a little bit of movement with the Three of Pentacles and the Empress, so it could have all been work stuff. Let me pull it up. I don't know if you guys can see the download. Something happened with work, or some of you have proceeded to grow yourself with a company or a corporation where people work with you, right? I'm also picking up on a security guard, or maybe you do something with trucking calls. You might take outbound calls or inbound calls. Is something about like taking it and talking for a very long time on the phone. So I'm picking up on one of you. And I think there you're seen for your communication skills. You're seen for the Libra skills that you have. You could even be leading. It's funny because I feel like here someone has noticed your potential, but you're already the Empress. So this is also, I think I'm going to count the Empress as one of your crowning cards, even though it came out in your challenges spot. That's interesting because I think you have to know that about yourself this week. Calling back your power, working in silence, not necessarily talking about everything. Somebody wants you to talk about what makes you happy, or they want to learn about your fifth house of joy, your connections, your partnerships. They want you to be vocal about it, but I actually think it's your secret weapon. Okay, 1212 when I looked up. That's good. That's very good. Okay, what's the neutral standing card? Three of Swords. So you might learn of somebody's third party, or you already did. Third party, I get stories here about why they broke your heart or the reasoning that they will utilize with you or use. For some of you, they're coming back with the Knight of Wands because they're going to try to introduce this as an idea or to talk about it. And some of you will shut it down because you don't need to have your heart broken again. Okay, or there's a schedule change here. Show me the King of Wands because he's a part of love. So we have to go to that. 10 of Cups. This person might come back and say that they want happiness with you, or, you know, there's a story here about coming back to the family or creating it to be a stronger unit. Maybe this person wants to live with you. I think they'll be surprised you went ahead with plans. Okay, seems like with the Three of Pentacles too, it's like you're working with new faces, and some of you are working within people who readily accept you. It's something about like being accepted in a different way, or they accept the things that you've healed as well. Like no more people pleasing, no low vibrational frequency, something about you being the Empress there. I like that connection. I feel like that would flow in a work reading for us, but that's just not something that we're doing right now. We're doing your crowning spot. Okay, you also have the Wheel of Fortune. I don't want to forget that. I want to talk about your Four of Wands. The Seven of Swords is not something here where I want to give it a lot of attention in your reading. We do know that that often happens for our sign. And it's not something that's happy to report or like we're overjoyed about. To get real about that Seven of Swords is we could take that as part of gaining strategy in a new situation. Okay, if it helps to write it down, or if some of you are visual learners and you need to see it, visual learners. Okay, because maybe it's about like seeing it and writing it down in a diary or a journal or a notebook. Because sometimes it's like you can't envision and cloud your head so much. Libras are really good about technical analysis and looking at things on the table, right? Instead of walking with it and hearing it in your ears, maybe have something that you visually can look at, okay? And that's something I'm getting as like real advice, a true download to help organize you, okay? even if that's planning out something major like leaving your city or moving for some of you. Because I also get a thing here of a fish in a very small pond. You're the big fish with the Empress, okay? And that might help you overall with other things today. Why is someone saying here that Libra's happiness, the Ten of Cups, judgment, because they've made a decision? And I think you'll be surprised that they're firm. It's not wishy-washy. I didn't feel it like that. I got judgment, almost like this person is very sure it's gotta be with you, or this person feels like it has the potential that it could land with you. Okay? Wheel of Fortune. And then I'll be back in a little bit. I just have a heavier schedule today. So if you guys noticed, I was already late this morning, but I just have it a little bit heavier today. Lovers. The Three of Wands, it's my bottom of the deck. I held it, if you noticed, and the High Priestess. They know that you have a very good sense of self. I think it's coming from the King of Wands. Okay, so newer person there. You have the potential to be like their real match, lovers, connection. Both of you are tied to creating something, or you want to endeavor together. Three of Wands is like, let's go on a trip together. I see really good things with my Libra partner. They might have even told you that. 3-3. There's someone on the outside. It's not really an ex. It's more of a true third party that could get in the way of this. And I have to say it because I'm reporting that I see it, right? So you have a 3-3 and the Three of Pentacles. There's third parties somewhere in here. Some of you can eradicate that by pointing it out. Okay, so you're going to say out loud, I believe you're still dealing with this person that affects you and later on could affect me. So you got to stand up for yourself. I don't know who that's for, but there's third party energy. Okay. That deserves a reading, actually. The 3, we got to talk about that eventually, because that could be coming from a boss. Some of them have an ex still around that has a lot of control. And for those of you that are going into a relationship with someone who was married or they had a long-term commitment, they're tied to a third party that could really, really affect you, Libra. Maybe you want to start off fresher, okay? And then you already know. There's something about a decision that you've made where you're sticking to it. Some of you will be traveling. 3 of Wands. Maybe it makes you happy. 10 of Cups, the plans do, okay? Because I see something around you there where that's different for you and you haven't done it in a long time. It's something about, it's been years since I've done that traveling or making you happy. Okay, so maybe you want to do that and see where it goes. It could involve this relationship as well. It was in the same corner here. What's the Three of Swords? I want to talk about that today. You received one card. Let's check the bottom. Justice. So that's good because it means by your hand, and for some of you, by realization of a Libra, justice, the court systems, you understand that they're being driven by something else. They're being driven by a broken heart. And that's their news, okay? So something you should remember here, your home, your milestones, and something changing with you is also an aside that you have to take care of. Not necessarily their problems, okay? Because what I see here is someone is bringing a problem to you. And I think that could be a greater part of your challenge. And it's about you saying no or directing your energy in a good way instead of focusing all on this person. And I feel like they're bringing you something, okay, to deal with that's not your problem. And I'm sorry I'm like being mom here or being strict, but it's just not for you to fix or do. And that could be touching on an old problem of people pleasing. The Empress, greatest card. Yeah, nurture. She's a self-love queen. Some of you need to prioritize your issues and your needs first. I tell you with love, okay? And then in another situation, you've been doing really good. 9 of Pentacles is taking care of your side of the garden. She's in a garden. Look at that. 9 of Pentacles. And you're going into new investments with the 7 of Pentacles. I think that's a big change card for you. Because normally where you wouldn't start a chapter by investment, this time you're doing that. Starts with the Seven of Pentacles. Okay? So let me know what you thought of this one. We're going to take a short break. We're going to do archetypes of new love. I think that'll be the video that's up next because we've already dealt with the past. It is time to talk about something new. So we'll look at those archetypes and things that we find in the cards.